on, let's get it on. Forget the loss, the money, we're in this together and through it all. They said that nothing's forever, and they refuse to see the change in me. Why won't they wake up?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hello and welcome to the Rotation Roundup. I am your host, Thomas 900 aka the Experto. It has been 2 weeks of non-stop goodness for me because I've had to fix my laptop. However, since it is now fixed, I am back to normal and back to doing all this for you guys. Because I love you, well, in a non-homo way. So, enough about me, let's get on with it. Okay, so it's another week, therefore it is another champion rotation, but who is available for you to play as this week for absolutely nothing? Well, if there's only one way to find out, I'm about to tell you. And so, this week, which is actually week 53, you have available to you Cassiopeia, Annie, Chogath, Fiddlesticks, Rammus, Sivir, Soraka, Garen, Renekton, and Vayne. Very nice selection this week, I like this selection. Good to see Cassiopeia. Good to see Fiddlesticks, because I love playing this fiddle. Good to see Chogath, good to see Rammus, because everyone does love Rammus, he's awesome. And it's also good to see Renekton and Vayne, especially Vayne, because the only other time she's been free was the week after she was released. So it is good to see Vayne as well. Very good champion selection this week. If there is any particular champion you are happy to see this week, even if it is also Leona of the Radiant Dawn, by all means, leave a message in the comment section below. By all means, by all means. So speaking of brand new champions being released, a new champion has recently been released, and that was Yorick the Gravedigger. Now, he's been out for a good 2 weeks now, and I want your guys' opinion. Obviously, for the first week that he was out, a lot of people were complaining about the fact that he was way too weak. However, now that they've recently buffed him, do you think Yorick is a worthy champion? Do you think they still need improvements on him? Or do you think that he's just misunderstood and some people just need to build him right? What do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below if you are very strongly about Yorick. And also, guys, I want your opinion on this. If you would like me to do a champion spotlight for Yorick the Gravedigger, leave your comments in the comment section below and give me a thumbs up. I don't care how many thumbs up I get. As long as I get some people saying, yep, that's a good idea, I will do it. Because I recently found a build for Yorick that really does work, and I want to share it with you guys. So if you want me to do a champion spotlight involving my build for Yorick the Gravedigger, leave your comments and thumb me up. Booyakaha! And okay, ladies and gentlemen, now is the moment you've been waiting for. The big moment of the week. It is the champion Lowdown, where we go through the champions of the week and tell you the good parts, the bad parts, and what to look out for of these evil dudes you potentially could be going against. Okay, so let's start off with Cassiopeia, the Serpent's Embrace. Good to see her this week. Now, Cassiopeia is a very underestimated champion in my opinion. She is quite hard to manage, but once you get to manage her, she is great. Her Q is a burst of spiders, which goes wherever your cursor is, has some really good range if you know how to use it. Her W is a pit of poison, which if you stand in it, obviously you're poisoned, and it also slows you down for a small period of time. And her E is what to look out for. Now her E, if you're poisoned, will automatically get its cooldown reduced and back to normal, so she can use it again if you're poisoned. So if you're on a team where you're facing Cassiopeia with Teemo and Singed, she is going to have a lot of effectiveness with her E. So be careful about Cassiopeia. Her ulti as well is a stun, but only if you look directly at her. If you don't look directly at her, it's a slow. Be careful of Cassiopeia. A hard champion to manage, but if managed right, can kick your ass. And speaking of a champion that can kick your ass, it's Annie the Darkchild. Now, Annie, I've talked about her before. She is a little devil. Let's just be honest. Even when they nerfed her AP ratios, she is still a boss. A huge boss, having area of effect damage, burst damage, flame damage. Oh, she's just crazy. And also as well having a shield that will boost her armor and magic resist, and also damage people that hitter with standard attacks. That is deadly, and you gotta look out for that on Annie, because many people underestimate what that shield around her can actually do. So be careful of Annie the Dark Child. She can be the queen of the game if you're not careful. But if you want a king of the game, I think we've got one. It's Chogath, the Terror of the Void, back with a vengeance. He can go tank, he can go AP, he can just rape your face, because quite frankly, Chogath is the man. Now when it comes to Chogath, he has a knock up as well. He has a silence, so he definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to initiating team fights and also getting you to stay there and not do anything because of his silence. As well as this, his ultimate, which is one of the more formidable ultimates in the game, is his Omnom. Maximum stacks, gives him maximum health increasing, and makes him absolutely huge and terrible, which makes him not a prime target to go after unless he is incredibly squishy and not getting many tanky items and mainly concentrating AP. But still, don't underestimate Chogath. He will be hard to take down, so if you want to take him down, expect the entire team to be on your side when you take him down late game. Early game, I reckon you have quite a good chance of taking him down in your lanes, so keep that in mind, people. Now, let's go over to Fiddlesticks, the Harbinger of Doom. Gotta love Fiddlesticks. I love Fiddlesticks. I think he's great. Obviously, he's been nerfed up a butt, but so has Twitch. Yeah, so I'm not complaining. So Fiddlesticks is an actually great champion. I love his abilities to bits. He has a fear on his Q. He has a huge drain on his W, which if it stays on you for ages, he can basically stay in a lane non-stop just with his W. And if you gave him clarity, then OMG, you're just overpowering him. Because his drain is what makes him formidable in my opinion. And also he has his crows, which bounces between people, kind of like Katarina's Bounty Blade or Rise's Bouncy Balls, I like to call it. And it also silences people, so you've got to keep that in mind as well. And his ultimate, which I'm actually starting to get used to and I'm really starting to like, is when you choose a location, he goes to that location and he has an aura around him, and anyone in that aura is taking increased damage for a short period of time. And as well as this, if you just keep pounding him when the ulti's in you, they're just going to go down really fast. So be careful of Fiddlesticks. He is by far an underestimated champion, especially in mid. So be careful of that fiddle. He will just cripple you to death. Speaking of crippling, here's Rammus, the Armadillo. Whoop. Now, if you've seen Rammus on a battlefield and you're wondering, why is he so tanky? It's because his health is probably one of the biggest health stats in the entire game. Rammus is a formidable dude, and he is a great tank. However, you do need to be careful. Some people tend to go full armor on a Rammus, so DPS dudes will basically have no luck whatsoever in taking down Rammus at all. This has a plus and a minus effect, because the plus effect is that he puts into consideration 25% of his armor to go into his physical damage rating, which is actually quite a big amount, because he'll be dealing just as much damage as he's taking, so that's pretty cool. As well as this, he will also have, obviously, a lot of tankiness against DPSness, so you want to be careful of that. However, the huge flaw obviously is, with increased armor, there's less magic resist, which obviously means that he will be fragile to you mages, so be careful of that. I have actually realised that he is pretty weak to poison damage, so if you are against the Rammus this week, maybe Cassiopeia is your best option. Maybe. Keep that in mind. Now, let's move over to Sivir, the Battle Mistress. The Battle Mistress. Now, everyone loves Sivir, to be honest with you. Everyone's now starting to say that Sivir is a weak champion to play as and isn't really worth it. It depends how you look at it. She still has an amazing range potential. She still has the potential of dealing with lanes like a boss. She is underestimated, and plus when she activates her ultimate and you get increased movement speed, attack damage for a short period of time, it's friggin' awesome. So if you have a chance to play Sivir this week, I would say at least give her a try if you have not played her before, or if you have played her before, give her another try, see how she is, because I think Sivir's a great champion. I think she's just underestimated. I think Riot just need to buff her up a tiny bit, not too much, but a tiny bit, just to put her up against some of the more recent champions that have come. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Now let's move over to Soraka, the Star Child. Now everyone loves Soraka. Why? Because she's horny, and not just is she horny, she also likes healing. Now, many people I've actually seen recently tend to go tank Soraka. Now, this is actually quite a good move, giving Soraka a buttload of mana as well as AP with Rod of Ages, and damn, she just doesn't want to go down, and she's healing people for so much damage as well. And don't forget that when she heals people with her main heal, it also gives them increased armor and magic resist for a short period of time as well as. So she can be a formidable tank, so be careful of Soraka. Very underestimated and very, very good at heal. Ooh, just burped on the inside. Ew, disgusting. Let's move over to Garen, the Might of Demacia. Demacia! Now, we all love Garen. Why? Because he health regens. Not quite as Dr. Mundo, but just as... But in my opinion, he is a great health regen champ. He can tank, he can DPS, he can rape your face if you're not careful. His ultimate is literally a huge sword for a commando and just go... I love using that though, because you're just walking away at low health and all of a sudden, sword in your face and you're dead. Very lovely. Garen is a really cool champion, and I would definitely suggest trying him out if you are a tank dude this week, or if you're a DPS dude, because he can deal a lot of damage if you know what you're doing. So Garen, be careful. Now Renekton, the Butcher of the Sands. Ah, it's good to see Renekton. I haven't seen Renekton 3 in quite a while actually. He can go quite tanky. I have seen people go full out tank Renekton, which is quite good. I'm not going to say it's bad, but it does have its flaws. DPS Renekton is probably the way to go though. Very huge damage potential. He's got his stun. His ultimate increases his size and body and giving him increased health as well as damaging nearby enemies around him for a short period of time. So Renekton is yet again one of these champions you don't want to concentrate on first unless he is incredibly squish. But you do want to be careful of his ulti, because his ulti can all of a sudden turn him from a squish to a tank. So you do want to be careful of Renekton. And our final champion for this week is Vayne, the Night Hunter. Lovely to see Vayne. Now Vayne has a lot of damage dealing potential, especially from her silver bolts. Her silver bolts are basically every 3 hits, you get, every time she hits you, she'll get a silver ring around you. Every one of these silver rings will do a short bit of damage, will do her normal bit of damage. But as soon as you get the 3 rings, it bursts and does a wad of does a percentage of your health as true damage to you. So she can rip apart tanks, she can rip apart squishies, she can rip apart anyone if she goes flat attack speed, which I have done before, and damn, that's good. Oh yeah, quick recommendation for you Vaynes. Rush Sword of the Divine, it works. But yeah, Vayne is a great champion, but also incredibly squish. So if you do want to take a champion on first this week, and they do have a Vayne, Vayne is actually a good champion to go for first. But to be careful, she is ranged, so she will be in the back. So you got to be able to get to her fast. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the champion lowdown for this week. If there's anything I missed, or if there is any other tips you want to give to people this week about these formidable champions, by all means, leave a comment in the comment section below and help out the community to be better. And that, Shalomies, is sadly the end of it this week. It has been good this week, and I do actually love you guys for being very patient and understanding the situation that I had with my laptop as well. So if you want to be updated on the more recent news, by all means go to leagueoflegends.com. If you want more news on Leona, the Radiant Dawn, as well as any other news as well, go on to there. Or if you've got any questions for me personally, by all means ask me questions away. I've got more videos coming up. Remind me, if you do want the champion spotlight for Yorick, give me a comment and thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. So goodbye first strategist, goodbye, and I'll see you guys on the fields of justice. Oh yeah.